tell me, like, this is obviously such a historic moment for your career, so much on the line here. How are you approaching this fight, both mentally and, I guess, just first of all, the mental side of it?
Just like any other fight, to be honest. I keep the same energy. Nothing's really changed in my head. Even for the prep for this camp, people ask me, did you do anything different to get ready for this camp? All we ever do is get ready for the guy in front of us, and that's the same energy we kept this camp.
Yeah, so you did not purposely add any more weight or anything like that. I know you kind of posted photos, but it's basically just being straightforward stuff and no weight cut, really?
Yeah, no weight cut and just doing what I always do. And keeping the same energy during fight week as well. I mean, I just think it's silly to add more muscle for this contest when, my frame is going me to the dance. I trust my body and I trust my skills.
Yeah, and this fight for your legacy, I mean, is that the ultimate motivation in moving up here? It's knowing that you could be one of these few guys to win 2 titles in 2 divisions?
Not the main motivation, but it's there. Whooping his ass is the main motivation, as always, and not getting my ass whooped. That's the main motivation in every fight. But yeah, the bonus is I get to be the 5th guy in the UFC history to hold 2 belts at the same time.
But you would be the first to do it at 185 and 205, and I think what really makes you special here is you're only one of 12 fighters, we've talked about this before, to win a title while undefeated, and now you can be the first to win 2 titles while undefeated.
That's a nice one. I didn't even know about that. Thanks for the prompt. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, please do. I mean, what does that kind of say about you think?
I never really bask in the whole undefeated thing anyway, but when I think about it, it's a cool stat. It's cool to do. I guess it's another one of those things for the history books.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I think a lot of people will be talking about you as the top pound for pound fighter maybe in the world. If you get this done, the only 2 people, at least in the UFC's rankings, are Khabib and Jon Jones in front of you, and we know Khabib is retired.
Yeah, I didn't even check the pound for pound rankings. You said I was what, 3rd?
Yeah, you're 3rd behind Khabib, who's 1, and Jones, who's 2.
Sure. Yeah, well, I've always seen myself as number 1, so it never really fazed me, to be honest. But yeah, I just keep doing what I do. That's the main thing I focus on. All these, it's cool to know the numbers and stuff, but all the stats and whatnot, it doesn't really faze me. It doesn't really deter me from my main goal, which is being the baddest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all goes hand in hand, right?
Exactly.
So how much concern do you have to put into the quote-unquote legendary Polish power in this fight? Is that something you have to, be extra cautious of with Jan, or do you kind of approach it the same as anyone? You don't really put too much thought into that aspect?
I approach it the same as anyone. I mean, if you look at my last fight, I didn't get touched in the face once because that was my MO. Don't get hit and hit the guy. So same thing this fight. Don't get hit and keep hitting the guy. Excuse me. Yeah, so I mean, everyone has power. He's got a lot of power as well, but yeah, I don't plan on getting touched at all.
And you mentioned the last fight. I got asked, did you see Paulo Costa's comments yesterday saying that he was hungover and partially drunk when he fought you?
Man, that's just funny. I mean, there's certain things I've done before some of my fights in the past where I learned my mistakes, but I went in there and got my job done. So yeah, so we weren't cut out for that lifestyle.
Yeah, does that make you, I mean, I know you didn't have the highest opinion of him in the first place, but does that make you lose kind of a little more respect? I mean, he's got the fight scheduled that could probably get him close to that rematch, and he's talking about this stuff.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. The best thing to do in his position is accept the fact that he lost. He got his ass whooped. The fact that he keeps trying to make all these excuses, it's only going to do him worse. Like, in the long run, he just keeps making excuses because his ego can't handle the fact that the skinny clown, whooped his ass badly and then double tapped him twice. just swallow your ego, understand you got your ass whooped, get back to the drawing board, and reassess your whole game. You can't just, rest on that, because if you do, then this is my advice to him, you'll never get far in life or in this game.
And two last things. If you're able to pull this off, is there a game plan in mind of what comes next? Do you want to go back to 185? Do you intend to stay at 205 for the next fight? Do you have any idea what the future will hold after this fight?
I definitely go back down to 185, but then I have something else in my head that might interest me, but definitely going back down to 185 is my goal, because I want to keep my division moving.
Any hints on what that might be, or are you keeping that close to the vest till afterwards?
It might be out there, I don't know, but I'm keeping it close to the chest on fight week.
Okay, cool. And then last thing, we've seen this moment of the guys winning 2 titles, sitting atop the cage, the 1 belt on each shoulder, things like that. Do you visualize what this moment could be like on Saturday night when you get your hand raised and just all the things that are going to come after that?
Of course, definitely. It plays in my mind like Tourette's. I don't have any control of it. It just comes in my mind whenever it likes and just shows me the vision of what's going to happen. So, yeah, it is what it is. But anytime I climb in the cage, that's not my thing, really. But, yeah, the 2 belts, it's some magic that's going to be happening.
And when it's all done, are you going to have 3?
And I'll keep the cards close to my chest, like I said.